Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, Monday night slash Tuesday morning Zoom edition, depending on where in the world you are. I'm back in Southeast Asia and Thailand. Good to be back here. So it's Tuesday morning for me, and I'm ready to start the day at the Church of Bitcoin. Just one of my many backgrounds, but anyway, Bitcoin has mostly found a range between about 100 and 110. Let's go to the charts. Okay, you should be seeing my Bitcoin day chart. Currently 107.4. And our range is between about 101 and then here from late May, we're at 111. So we can say 110. 110 to 100, this $10,000 range or difference has been the range for Bitcoin the last several weeks. Looking to see a breakout, maybe claim 120 is the next all-time high. Have 110 as support. 100 is currently acting as support. And that's a milestone as well, that 100 would be considered support that people would buy whenever Bitcoin dipped down to that amount. So in the big picture, that's good news. Ethereum, not doing as well as I'd hoped. Really stuck at this 2,500 point. Its range between 2,800 and 2,200. And then just hanging around this 2,500 range. So we need Ethereum to take off usually before we have an altcoin season. A few individual altcoins have spiked here and there, but not the whole lot of them. So that's been a little disappointing. In crypto news, we've had some talk of ETFs being approved for other altcoins like Solana, Litecoin, things like that. The odds are pretty good those will happen, by the end of the year. So those approvals should help those individual token projects as well. Okay, any comments, questions, concepts to discuss before we head over to Altcoin Alert, see how we make some money in this market? All right, let's do that. Start with Altcoin Alert. Got the altcoin radar setting. Easy mode is off. I've got all the columns. I'm going to refresh, get the most current information. And we'll start with an AA score sort. Looking for values 80 and higher, and we don't have any. The highest we have here is EWT, Energy Web Token, 78.5. I was looking at this a little while ago. It's on Kraken. So most of us can trade this if we want. It did dip down. Well, let me go over my day trade layout first. 15-minute chart. Supply and demand visible range from Algo. I'm using that free indicator for support and resistance. Resistance, the red zone, support, the green zone. RTI, the relative trend index, similar to the RSI, which is more popular, but I've had better results with the RTI. So I use this for entries and alerts. So when it dips below the 20, like happened here, and then breaks back up, like happened here on Sunday afternoon, we got an eventual move back up. So that would have been, let's see, right about here. So yeah, these are my favorite trades to take. When it dip below the 20, then break back up, got about 10% move here. So I like that. It's a really good day trade. And then as an experienced day trader, I like to trade both directions, long and short. So when it breaks above the 80 and dips back down, that's a sign for me to consider a short, to at least analyze one. Before I forget, a quick disclaimer, I do this Zoom call on my own. It's how I use Altcoin Alert and iCoinPro. It's not endorsed by either of those organizations, so don't hold them responsible for anything I say or do on here. I'm just trying to let you guys know how I use these software platforms in practical trading. So that being said, let's go back to RWT. If you want to do an alert on this, right click, add an alert. And on the condition, we're going to choose crossing up. On the value 20, once per bar close, we'll leave it on all day. And expiration, you can leave it on open-ended if you have that feature on TradingView. I think you need the expensive program, whatever that one is. Usually leave my alerts on until 8 p.m. and click set and good to go. So this will go off after it dips down below the 20 and comes back up. When it breaks below the 20, the alert will not sound. It won't sound until it dips below and then comes back up. That way I have a dip and a retrace in progress. That's what I'm looking for. And there's the alert right there, my alert list. Okay, any questions on EWT? All right, let's go back to Altcoin Alert, do some other sorts. My favorite is lately has been the social activity sort. Going to match this up with trading activity. And when those match up, both the what people are talking about online, sentiment, and technical indicators, that's what I like to check out. I also have similar pairs with the Elder Impulse hourly and Elder Impulse daily with short-term sentiment and long-term sentiment. We'll get to those later. For now, we're on social activity, and Numair has a match, both on fire. Kusama has fire and a thumbs up. That's usually worth checking out. Metis, don't know that one. BSV, Bitcoin wannabe. Jupiter Bone, don't know those as well. LTO. IMX, kind of like to trade that one. Looking for coins I know I can trade on a foreign exchange both directions, both long and short. So you'll see me gravitate towards those. And Solana. Let's look at Solana. Everybody likes Solana, so it's in the 150s currently. 154, kind of in the middle zone. We did have a break below the 20 not that long ago. That occurred right about here. And a little dip and then shot up, almost 5%. That's a good day trade, 4.5 hours. So alert on the RTI. I'm going to do both directions this time. So I'm going to enter a channel, 80 on top, 20 on the bottom. That'll form a rectangle. And see, message, call this social activity sort. If you type it in a few times, TradingView will remember it. Notifications, go 3 notes reverb, and click create. And then I'll have this rectangle here. So if it breaks back above the 80 and then dips again, that'll let me know that it may be available, or it may be a candidate for a short trade. Then if it dips below the 20, comes back up like here, a long trade. In those of you trading spot, more or newer to this kind of trading, you're going to be focused on those dips below the 20. Then when you get some experience, you can do both directions. Okay, any questions on Solana? Very well. Let's see what else we can find in Altcoin Alert. 1 hour projected range. I found one last week on this. Not seeing any now. I like it when both upper and lower are green. I'm not seeing any here, so I will bail on that. Go to short-term sentiment and see if we can match that up with any Elder Impulse hourly trades. Got the bullish ones here. And I don't see any matches here on the short-term sentiment. That's a little disappointing. Let's go to long-term sentiment. We have a match here on the Elder Impulse Daily with the WeMix. Maybe we'll look at that one. And New Cipher. It's like most of our better matches are on the social activity, trading activity sort. So I'm not seeing many here. All right, let's go to WeMix, see where that one even is. It's on some foreign exchanges. You know what? I just remembered I forgot something. I forgot to look at Solana as a swing trade. So we looked at the day trade option. Let's look at this as a swing trade. Then we'll look at something else. So I will select my 1 hour chart, my layout here, supply and demand visible range by Lux Algo, same indicator for support and resistance. Then SuperTrend for alerts and Trendilo LSMA for confirmation. So when something happens like here, we had back on Monday a week ago, the LSMA turned green. We're coming out of the green zone, and the super trend had a buy signal. That would have been a really good entry. Little dip, then move on up 7%. The red zone here is 12% in 5 days. Not bad. So that's kind of the thing I'm looking for on swing trades. At the moment, though, we're in the red zone. So we've got conflicting signals. We've got a buy signal on super trend and the sell, or not, actually those are, sorry, in incongruence, but they're in the red zone. So that's where I was seeing some conflict. So if you want to take a short on this, you'll want to see this dip down and wait for the sell signal to print. If you want to buy long, you can just wait for the next buy signal. Right click, alert on super trend. You keep it on direction change. You want to trade both directions. For a long position, choose the buy signal. And probably just leave this on for a while, maybe till 10 p.m. $2,200. Message. Long-term sentiment. And maybe a different notification. Handbell. Okay, I think somebody was trying to say something. Maybe not. Okay, so that's the sort or the layout for Solana. On the 4-hour chart, you've got a high over here of 166. So if you wanted to take the trade now and hold out for that, that's a 7%, 7.5% move in 19 days I don't like that. It's not enough for too long. On the 8-hour chart, it retraced back to 180. But again, it's going to take a while. 13% in 34 days. I usually want 1% a day on swing trades. So yeah, not loving those. They have potential, but I probably wouldn't take those. I think we can find something better on the swing trade side. Okay, any questions on Solana as a swing?
How are you setting that? How are you setting the buy and sell signals? You're using SuperTrend?
Yes. Yes, SuperTrend. And that's this one here. You can see the buy sell from the past. And if you're interested in this layout, contact me and I can copy it and send it to you. All right, let's go back to Altcoin Alert. And well, we've gone through this faster than usual because we didn't have candidates in some of our sorts. So we can go through, scroll down further on this. Sometimes you have to. Yeah, there just isn't anything really matching up on the long-term sentiment side. I'll go back to social activity and trading activity and look at new mare. See, is that on my list? No. I have traded this before, but it's on Coinbase. So this one spiked up yesterday afternoon on my time anyway. And it's hanging around the 50 at the moment. It had some dips almost to the 20, but not quite. Last dip below the 20 was on Friday, late Friday night. And that was around here, it looks like. And eventually did make a nice move up. So right click, crossing up on the 20, once per bar close. Keep that open till 8 p.m. Message, social activity sort. Notifications, go back to 3 notes reverb. Click create, and then this will be ready if it dips below 20. I can get on Coinbase or some other exchange and make that trade. As a swing, let's see if we can get a better setup than we had on Solana. This is close to the red zone too. So it's actually worse than the Solana setup. 4-hour chart looks better for a retrace. 12% in 20 days. It's a little bit better. There's a big wick spike up here to $12. That's back in May. Yeah, 60% in 30 days. That's a really good swing trade if you can hold out that long. But using one wick as your retrace is a little iffy. I like to see like an actual candle go that far, not just the wick. That could be an outlier. All right. But I think that's has potential as a day trade. Any questions on Numera? All right, we will do one more on Altcoin Alert before heading over to iCoinPro. And let's see, Kusama, KSM. Don't know if that's on. Okay, well, we're below the 20 on Kusama on the RTI. So this one has potential. Wait till it breaks up above and then hold out to the red zone on this one would be, 5.5% in less than a day. That's a really good day trade that reproduces that retrace. So I'm gonna set this up to trade both directions. Conditions going to be entering a channel. But if you're trading spot, choose the crossing up. I'll go 80 on top, 20 on the bottom. Once per bar close. Expiration 8 p.m. Message, another social activity sort. Notification, we'll leave that the same. Click create. Got my rectangle. And it's on my alert list. All right, so that's Kusama. Any questions on that? Oh, well, let's go check this out as a swing. Yeah, looks like a pretty good setup on a swing. It's not ready yet, but hypothetically, we probably get a super trend signal right around here, around $13. Then to the red zone would be 8% in 6 days. I mean, not bad, but I usually look for 10% or higher on my swing trades. So let's look at the 4 hour. Okay, quite a bit of a bigger move there. So that's 29% 19 day. That's a really good swing trade. If you want to wait, 19 days is a little bit long for me, but if you want to wait a few weeks, that's fine with me. So it's a longer swing. I like KSM. As a shorter one, not so much. Okay, any questions on KSM or any of the coins we looked at? Any coins you want to look at Altcoin Alert before we head over to iCoinPro? All right, let's see what we can find at iCoinPro. I'm on the Buddy Coin Crawler. iCoinPro is home of the 123 dip. This is where I learned early how to trade dips and also the ladder buying technique if a trade goes against you. Check out my videos for that. And for now, we will go through the Buddy Coin Crawler and see what we can find. Looking for values 4% or higher on this sort, average low to SMA. And we've got LTO, which is something I trade from time to time. So let's check that one out. LTO. It's on Blowfin, Binance US. Let's look at Blowfin. I've been trading off that exchange lately. It's below the 20, so it's got retrace potential. And the last time it did that, yesterday afternoon, broke up right about here. We got a 10% move before it dipped back down, so that's a good day trade. So I'm gonna right click on the RTI Go with my my entering a channel, but you might want to go with crossing up, entering a channel on 80, lower on 20, once per bar close, expiration tonight. And message, buddy coin crawler. And notifications, we'll go with chirpy. All right, so I've got my rectangle here. So when this breaks up, I'll have the notification, be good to go. So it's LTO as a day trade, as a swing. It's in the green zone now, but trending down, everything's red. So this is when you set that alert on the super trend. The buy signal. I think I'll just leave this on forever until I turn it off. This is Buddy Coin Crawler. Notifications go with a handbell. So when this breaks back up, probably happen right about here. Wow, 22% in 17 hours. That's an amazing day. That's an amazing trade of any time length. 36% here, and to red zone 78%. So these are all amazing swing trades, retrace potentials. So all those would be acceptable as exiting, take profit points. So yeah, LTO looks good on both a day and a swing. Any questions on this one or anything we've covered? All right, let's go to Buddy Coin Crawler. We'll look for one more and then wrap it up. Komodo. Might look at that one. Well, it's not really on any US exchanges. We'll take a quick look at this on Binance and then we'll wrap it up. It's on that crypto entity, whatever that is. All right, so we're below the 20, and this is due for a recovery, though we had a couple fake outs before. So be advised of that. You might want to go in small, hold some funds back in case if it dips back down. You want to buy an additional position and improve the overall position. So on this one, right click on the RTI, crossing up 20 once per bar close, and 8 o'clock tonight. Message, buddy coin crawler. Notifications, go chirpy on that. Okay, so that's the day trade setup. Look at a swing. Yeah, it's in the green zone on the swing trade. So got retrace potential. Short term here at about 9%. That's less than a day. Here, 21% in 2 days. And then 68% to the red zone in like 5 days. So this is like the last one we looked at. Recovery potential is pretty amazing on Komodo. So sometimes on something like this where the retrace potential is that high, there was something that happened with this coin. You might want to do some research online, see if they had a hack or something like that dropped it down this much to the point where the retrace potential is that high. All right. Any questions on Komodo or anything else we've talked about? Well, you guys have been pretty quiet. I'll um I'll let you go. Thanks for joining me live. If you're on the recording, I appreciate you there as well. Please check out the opportunities in the pinned comment. They help fund the channel. And again, a reminder, I do this on my own. I'm not affiliated in any way with iCoinPro or Altcoin Alert, CryptNation, anything like that. So you guys have a good trading week. I'll see you on Thursday night / Friday morning. Bye.